Response to Intervention, RTI, Meet Teac. Hi, I am Teac. I love doing research on things that I like, playing on computer, and I like learning about animals. I also love math. Teac is a 6th grade student who has experienced learning problems in school during primary grades. His teachers refer him for assessment because of a discrepancy between his verbal skills and his reading and writing skills. Teac is currently displaying high average intellectual with an IQ score of 120. However, a discrepancy existed between oral language and performance areas. Teac has poor decoding skills below the grade level but managed to read at or slightly below grade level. Teac has a diagnosis of ADHD for which he has been prescribed medication. Teac did said that often he had thoughts racing through his mind and reporting that it can be hard to focus at times, which is consistent with his ADHD. Further assessment indicates that he is a very bright student who has learning disabilities in language. His results dictate a recommendation of providing service for a language impairment if determined to be in his best academic interest. Without this information, Teac's grades most likely would have continued to slip and his reading failed to progress. If he had not been identified as language impairment, he may have been labeled as an underachiever. Perhaps his teachers would have said that he was bright but unmotivated. Let's start with response to intervention, including general teacher, teacher of the gifted program, the representative of the school district, parents, and an interpreter. Welcome to this RTI team meeting. We are meeting today to discuss concerns that teacher has about Teac. The purpose of this meeting is for us all to work together to come up with practical ideas to help Teac to be more successful in school. Our team will work with the teacher and the parents to follow a structured problem-solving model that goes through several stages. Together we will assess your major concerns about Teac, help the teacher to pick up the one or two most important students' concerns for us to work on, set specific students' goals for improvement, design an intervention plan with strategies to help Teac to improve. As the students, teachers, and parents, you are very important participants in this meeting. Please let us know at any time if you disagree with or have questions about our suggestions. Our meeting will not be successful unless you feel that the intervention ideas that we offer will address Teac's difficulties and are feasible for you. Our meeting notes will document the students' referral concerns and the intervention plan that we come up with. These notes may be shared with others who are not here today, including the administrator. However, we ask that everyone here keep the conversations that will take place at this meeting confidential. Do you have any questions? Let's start with step 1, access teachers' concerns. Review the concerns listed on the RTI teacher referral form with the general teacher and team. This primary concern. Teac has experienced learning problems in school during primary grades. His teacher referred him for access because of discrepancy between his verbal skill and his reading and writing skills. Step 2. Inventory students' strengths. Listen students' strengths, talents, and any referrals to activity or incentives that motivate students. Teac is a calm, friendly kid. He loves to learn about animals, to do research, and play on the computer. Teac also loves math. He is the youngest of the 3 brothers. He loves to spend time with his family. Step 3. Review background baseline data. Review any background or baseline information collected on the student's attendance, refer records, student grades, curriculum-based measurement data, daily behavior report, card ratings, direction observation data, etc. Step 4. Select target teacher concerns. What interferes most with the Teac's functions in the classroom is a discrepancy between his verbal skill and his reading and writing skills. So let's talk about RTI. Response to Intervention. What is RTI anyway? A high-quality, evidence-based interventions, ongoing students' assessment, a tiered instruction with parent involvement. As you can see here, 3 tiers. Tier 1, the core classroom instruction. Tier 2, target small group instruction. And Tier 3, intensive individual intervention. So we are going to start with the Tier 1. Step 5, set up a plan for intervention. Tier 1. The core instruction. Intervention is provided within the general framework of the classroom. Examples of intervention: preview, pre-teach critical concepts, provide graphic organizer or guided notes, create an mnemonics device to add the memory. See, look at how much students love those evidence-based practices. Step number 6, schedule follow-up RTI meeting after 6 data points. Review the intervention plan and monitoring plans. The general teacher and the team members agrees that the intervention should increase to the Tier 2. Step number 7. Set up an intervention plan for Tier 2. A small group intervention in the classroom with the teacher. Teac will receive additional instruction and frequent progress monitoring. The intervention plan will include a review of reading passages using phonics to decode unfamiliar words, a review of vocabulary words using mnemonic to connect with something that would help Teac learn, working with comprehension questions, and use graph organized to facilitate his writing. That intervention will address his deficits with decoding, reading, and writing skills. Step 8. Following up RTI meeting. After reviewing the data from Tier 2, the general teacher and the team members agrees that the intervention should increase to Tier 3. Step 9. Intervention plan for Tier 3. Intensive intervention with a specialist, SLT or SLG. Teac will receive more intensive intervention using LLI, level literacy intervention, where it would help Teac improving his skills with phonics, fluency, reading comprehension, and writing. Step 10. RTI meeting. After review the data for Tier 3, the teacher and the team members agree to proceed with evaluation. Step 11. Contact the parents. Proceed the evaluation with the consent of the parents. Teac was referred by the RTI team for an evaluation to gain updated information regarding his current function level, including psychological evaluation, speech language, and the gifted characteristics checklist. Tao is currently displaying high average intellectual ability based on his performance on the WNV IQ 120. He did display a deficit on the coding subtest. His listening comprehension score is within the normal range. However, the oral expression and the oral language composite are both slightly delayed. Step 12 present level. Tao's scores demonstrate he has some weaknesses in the area of language. This was demonstrated by his low scores during testing. His results could dictate a recommendation of providing service for a language impairment if determined to be in his best academic interest. His listening comprehension score demonstrates he is developing parts of his language skills at an acceptable rate. Also, his vocabulary scores was within normal limits. The response to intervention process is related to gift the program in a way that results identified that Tao's academic achievement and classroom performance demonstrate a need beyond the general curriculum, which can be supported by a plan that fosters his research and creative thinking skills. Goals and objectives, domain, curriculum learning. By 2023, TEL will use a variety of research tools and methodologies that gain an understanding of academic subjects or areas of other significant interests, and will demonstrate 90% mastery on teacher-evaluated evidence used to measure goal progress. Objectives. TEL will demonstrate the ability to gather and document data relevant to research, topics of interest, or using the scientific method. 2. TEL will communicate results of research using the established organizational tools within a field of study. By 2023, goal number 2 will help TEL to develop creative products that synthesize information from multiple sources, demonstrating new learning in academic field or other area of interest. He will demonstrate 90% mastery on teacher-evaluated evidence used to measure goal progress. Objectives. TEL will create an original product for a specific audience, demonstrate new learning. 2. TEL will create a product with defined rationale using multiple sources from varied fields or disciplines. Thank you for watching by Katia Lima.